just going into a bit of an overview like we want to do today, the book. Again, the summary for that she's put here is just the fact that it's the truth about what it takes to be successful while staying true to yourself, to be successful without losing yourself. Right. When we say business is personal, it's kind of goes against some godfather mindset of business, say, oh, it's only business, they kind of separate business from their person, right? And that is a tyrant that does that. A leader doesn't do that, right? A boss does that, right? A tyrant does that. But a leader does not do that. That's not the person God created. God created us that there will be no difference between our relationship, our business, and who we are as a person. It should be a smooth flow, right? Every area of our life really should be a smooth flow because we're spirit beings, right? We cannot be a different person at work and a different person at home, a different person in church. We don't have integrity, right? Integrity is wholeness, is that you are the same person wherever you are found. People can recognize you wherever they find you. Not that they come to your home and you're a different person. You go to work, you're a different person. You go to church, you're a different person. If you're such, then you're the person that does not have integrity. Your life is divided. Your life is broken into different parts, and you cannot be trusted, right? Because I cannot see you in one place and trust that I'll meet the same person in another place, in another sector, right? You're not being true to yourself also. When you live like that, then you live with so much stress, so much pressure, right? Because then you're trying to remember who is my church person? Oh, who is my work person? Oh, who should I be at home? Now, it should come natural to you, right? If you live out of your head, then you're not living, you're a robot, right? Your person should flow naturally out of you. When they wake you up from the deep sleep, who you are should flow naturally from within you. You don't have to think before you exercise who you are. Who you are should go beyond just your head and become the fullness of who you are, that it oozes out of you without pressure, right? That is when you're living. Otherwise, you're just existing, right? If you live out of your head, you are merely existing. It's got to be living out of your heart, not your head. Yes, we get information from our head with our head, but it should not stay there. It needs to flow into our heart, our being, our wholeness, right? That is living. Living is from the heart, not from the head. We exist in our head, we live in our heart, right? We exist in our head, we live in our heart. We exist in our head, we live in our heart. Until you bring your heart to everything that you do, you are merely existing, you are not living, right? And that's what we're hoping to help ourselves understand and learn into, to be someone that lives from the fullness of who you are, right? Not some makeup gimmick you're trying to make believe, treat people, not being authentic into yourself. The power of our being is the power of our heart, which actually is the power of our subconsciousness, right? Our subconscious being is the most powerful of us, right? Again, our mind is divided into our conscious mind, our unconscious mind, right? And our intuitive mind, right? Which is an overlap between our unconsciousness and the spirit world, right? And the power by which we're able to live each day, it comes from our subconscious mind, right? We are truly what our subconscious mind makes of us. So whatever we condition, program our subconscious mind to be, that is who we truly are, right? All habits, all stories are stored in our subconscious mind, right? And we need to consciously program our subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind is our autopilot. That is really what will ooze out of us when we're not conscious, right? So we need to do the extra work when we're conscious to form the habits, the right habits that we want to live our lives by, the right programming we want to live our lives by, the right story we want to live our lives by, so that when we are not conscious, that is the way our life is going. Our life is being lived, right? So hopefully, from in this book and our time together, we're going to share a lot of lessons from how to build business and maintain balance, right? I'm going to share my own experience, and we're going to take Bethany's experience and whatsoever she has in this book, like we did while reading through Cleopatra's Witches. I'm going to share a whole lot of my own experience, and it's going to be open also, to anyone that is live with us, Kelvin, um, and Han, if you have any experience to share, just feel free to share it, ask questions, and we'll make it interactive, right? Like we've seen doing this book, we get more when we share, ask questions, and share our own personal experience also, right? That's the value of this time together, right? So hopefully we'll get to do that. We'll get to talk about how to maintain balance, mentally, spiritually, physically. Also, the fact also that, Rabbi Daniel Lapin would say, I know when we're talking about this book earlier on, Anne was saying something about, oh, she's not into business and all of that, and like I said, you don't have to be. Life itself is business, right? Business is life. Life is business, right? You don't have to have a company, all right, to be in business. We all are in business every day. We all relate to one another. We all have a brand. We all are trying to sell ourselves. We all are laundering our image, every day. That is business. That is business. We all are marketing an idea. We all are selling. We all are buying, right? And that's business itself. So business is life. Life is business. So as much as I'm tagging this as a business school, it's also a school of life, right? So probably those are twin tagging as we go along on this. This is a school of life as much as it's a business school. All right. So diving in a bit more into the book, most people spend energy, trying to hide their inadequacies, from others, right? And we know nobody succeeds in doing that. To hide my inadequacy is to hide my humanity, right? Because our humanity, it contains our inadequacies. If I spend too much energy trying to handle either way my inadequacies, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm not going to be human. I'm going to be a robot. I'm going to be a straitjacket. I'm not going to have a social interaction, right? For any social interaction involves me, exposing both my inadequacies and my adequacies, right? Because if I don't have inadequacies, then I'm not human. Then I cannot relate with other people. I'm just a robot. I'm just a straitjacket. But because I have feelings and I am human, right, opens the door for me to show my inadequacies, right? Obviously, it means that I need to, as much as they're there, I need to have the right defense such that I don't hurt people or hurt myself with those inadequacies. But there are things that I don't deny, as it were, right? But have acknowledged and work on, right? And Kevin, is there anything you want to say on that before I go on? You understand what we mean by not hiding your inadequacies? Did you get my question?
Yes, I got your question, sir. It's not hiding one's inadequacy. It's like you said, it's being true to oneself. It's being true to oneself. It's life is in process, and life is in phases. There are things that one is not there yet, as it were. But being true to oneself helps one to learn and understand that life is in phases and not assume to know all things. So it's being sincere to oneself first, then it shows an open-minded to learn. That's what I can say.
Absolutely. When you're not open to your inadequacies and you're hiding them, you have what we call a fixed mindset, But when you open to them, that means you have a growth mindset. You know that I might be inadequate today, but I don't have to stay there, right? I'm a work in progress. These are the areas in which I am inadequate. So I'm going to work on them and get better, right? But if I'm all about, oh, I want to look perfect, then I'm never going to grow, because what I don't identify, I cannot work on, right? If I don't identify my weakness, then I can't work on it. If I'm deceiving people that I'm strong where I'm weak, then I'm saying that there's nothing for me to work on, right? And people can't help you also, right? Because you're putting up a false front, as it were, So that's important if we want to grow, right? So when people do all of that, they give themselves unnecessary stress. That's what results into mental sickness, right? Because if you put all your energy trying to be what or who you're not, then you're going to have a weak sense of self. That means you don't like yourself because you have not come to a one-to-one relationship with yourself. You're not accepting who you are, right? Until you accept who you are, you cannot be better, right? Life is accepting who I am, then knowing who I want to be, right? But I cannot be who I want to be until I accept who I am, because who I am is what I have to work with, right? So, uh, so it's okay to be human, it's just okay also to want to grow, want to be better, right? So it's all about being authentic, because who you are is what you have to work with, right? So